Hello everybody, I am Esad YÜKSEL from Medipol University. As I introduce myself, today we are making the second episode of Intercultural Talks. Today we will go to Jordan, and I have two guests from Jordan, and they're my group mates. We're gonna know them firstly. Hello, Sileen, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. And can we know you? And also we are here, another guest from Jordan too, from Oman.
Hi.
And like Mohammed. Hello, how are you?
All good. What about you?
Okay, guys, as I mentioned, I'm making a podcast with the international students every week. And now, in this week, we're going to go through it with the Jordan. And let's knowing with Sileen. And after that, we're going to go deep with the culture, songs, foods, and etc. about the Jordan and so many stuff. Hello again. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. And let's know Sileen. Who is Sileen? How are you? And what you doing?
My name is Sileen Abu Sharif. I'm 20 years old. I'm originally from Palestine, but I'm also from Jordan. I was born and raised in Jordan. I lived there for 15 years. And then I came here in 2018.
2018, okay, cool. So you've been here like since how many years?
Probably almost five.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. And what about you, Mohammed? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
I'm Mohammed GHANEM. I'm from Amman, Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm studying public relations and advertising here at Medipol University. And I have been here for nearly 2 years.
Nearly 2 years, yes. Guys, today I'm so glad to announce we're making a podcast with Jordan, and I'm making a live with the Jordan because I've been in Jordan in 2016. It was like amazing experience for me, and also like, as you know, I speak Arabic and I improved my language skills when I was in Jordan, especially in Amman. Maybe some of my audience know where is Amman located and like where is Jordan exactly. Could you give us some geographical information about Jordan?
Jordan is located in West Asia.
Mm-hmm.
We are surrounded by, we're in the middle, Syria, Iraq, and Palestine. They're around us. So that's where we are, basically. Yeah.
Okay, and what do you want to say about the climate and the weather of the Jordan? Like, it was too hot, like I was just sweating when I was in Jordan, and it was like terrible. Maybe in my life, in my entire life, it was the most hottest day in the Jordan, especially in the like Al-Bahr al-Mayt, it's called like the Dead Sea. It's called Dead Sea because I'm gonna talk about it later, but let's just talk about firstly the weather and the climate and basically.
Yeah, actually the climate in Jordan it's a bit complicated nowadays. Because they were having some climate issues, but it's in total it's a good because we got used to it, so it's okay for us. And about the location, I just want to tell you something about the location. It's a special location in the Middle East because it's bordered by occupied Palestine, and in addition for the coastline to the Red Sea. So this is what makes Jordan special in the Middle East as a location. I mean.
It's good. It has so many connections with other countries. It's also like a mixed culture, I guess, because it has like some cultures from Saudi Arabia. It has some cultures from Palestine, and other countries too. And let's starting with knowing you, and when did you come to Turkey? And you said like 2016, I guess, right?
2018.
2008, I'm sorry. And how was your first impression about Turkey?
I mean, we already knew about Turkey, like Istanbul wasn't like a surprise. But the second we landed here, it was honestly beautiful. Like the landscape, while in your car, it's very different from Jordan. Like we don't have the same views. So that was it's very green here. Everywhere is very green in our country. Like there is a misconception that we are like in the desert. That's not true.
Yeah. I was going to ask you that, like when someone say like I'm from Jordan, what people imagine usually? For example, people say like think it's in Middle East, and also it's maybe there are so many camels and like deserts, and also it's too hot, obviously. But is there any places like green or like any?
Yes, of course. We have Ajlon.
Yeah, we have like the places in the north, and actually, what makes Jordan special that it has people, as she said, like people think that it's all desert, but it's not like that because we are having the blend of environmental things. Like we are having some green places in the north. like Ajlon, as she said, and we have a lot of more places. At the same time, we're having the desert side of Jordan. Yeah, so it's a great mixture, I
Is
guess.
it raining or snowing during the
By the
winter?
way,
Yeah.
You were talking about the weather and how hot it is. I think Istanbul in the summer is way worse.
It's way more, yeah.
Really?
Way
yeah,
worse.
and even in the winter, it's,
It's very
way
cold.
more cold, yeah.
Maybe because of the humid,
Yeah,
the
the humid,
Yeah,
balance.
yeah.
There is no humid like what I observed from the Jordan. It was maybe the main difference as a weather in the Turkey and Jordan.
Yeah.
So the second question will be about your foods and what do you think about the Turkish foods? And also I'm going to ask you what's your favorite dishes, what's your favorite foods from Jordan? Let's first start with Turkish foods.
Turkish food. I love Turkish food.
Mhm.
I think we have a lot of similar things, but my favorite Turkish food is mantı. I'm sorry, I
It's
need
mantı.
it's
Yeah,
mantı.
mantı.
It's my favorite. It tastes amazing, and we have something similar to it in Jordan.
Yes, I can give an example about that. Like,
What?
when I was in Jordan, I've eaten. It's called arayes, but it's basically the same thing with the lahmacun. It's also like lahmacun is an Arabic dishes, maybe. I don't know, like its name is Arabic. It's called like lahm ajin, like the flour, and
Arabian
also
name,
like the
right?
Exactly,
meatball.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It was just a bit more salty. The Jordanian arayes, like the only difference between the lahmacun and the arayes, it was that. And what about you? What's your favorite foods?
From Jordan or from Turkey?
Both, like you can act.
Look, the most traditional food in Jordan is mansaf, and it's a mixture between meat and rice, and we add some like kind of a white sauce, but it's a shame to call it white sauce in Jordan,
Yeah.
because like we do appreciate it more than just calling it white sauce. And in Turkey, my favorite one, I guess it's mante as well, because once it happened that one of my neighbors sent us to try this mante, and it was so great.
Yeah. Also, like you're a bit lucky because and outside of the homes, like they cannot cook the mantı well, but as your neighbor like give it, it was
Yeah.
natural and
Yeah.
more traditional, I guess. Like, it was maybe more tasty because
Trying
of
it
that.
from the people, not from the restaurant. It was something good.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask a little bit tricky question for my Arab audience because I'm gonna ask like who has the best falafel, because I have eaten in my first life falafel in Jordan. It was in Jordan. Some people say like Lebanese falafel is better or Jordan falafel is better. What do you think about that?
Actually, like, look, for each Arabian country, it has its own taste, you know. So, and once you go, for example, to Lebanon and to try the falafel there or any other food, you will find the Lebanese spirit in the food. So, I guess like for each culture, it's nearly the same, but I prefer the Jordanian or the Palestinian one because I guess for me, it's the most special one.
Oh. What do you
Yeah.
think?
Our falafel is better. I'm not gonna defend. I'm not gonna talk about
For which
the
one?
Lebanese-
For which country?
Jordan.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like you say, the Jordan falafel is the best one.
Yeah.
It's definitely the best one.
Okay, I'm waiting for the comments about the Jordanian falafel.
No, there's a restaurant in Jordan called Falafel Quds, and it's been around forever. Like ever since I was a kid, it's the best place that does falafel. Best sandwiches. Like I would go there just to eat falafel.
And it has been there like for many years,
Many
you know.
years.
Yeah. So it's the most delicious one, I guess.
Yeah, also like falafel is so healthy food, I guess. You know, or even the so many vegan people or vegetarian
Yeah.
people eats that. It's basically what was called a small hoop and
It's
hummus.
mixed hummus,
yeah, hummus.
and
Yeah,
a lot of other things.
it's made by hummus and in the two breads, and you spread the hummus inside the breads, and you add some vegetables and some fruits
And
or
tahiniya sauce.
Yeah.
and sauces. Like it's so like delicious and it's soft. You know, it's healthy food. Like it's like a cheek köfte of the Turkey. Do you like it?
yeah, exactly.
You know, I was just saying it's their cheek köfte. It's their like local cheek
I know,
köfte.
it's our
Yeah,
cheek.
And what about the shawarmas? Guys, I'm just missing the shawarma that I ate
We're all
in
missing
Jordan.
the shawarma.
Also, like, I want to say, like, for my audience, like, it was first time in my life that I tasted the shawarma in Jordan too. It was in 2016 as well, and it was amazing, guys. Like, it's basically same with the doner, Turkish doner. I think and all of you know that, but their sauce is like amazing. It has garlic
Yes.
and mayonnaise And what else? What in the sauce?
Like we add pickles. You mean in the sauce?
Yeah, in the sauce.
It's a circumcical mayonnaise.
Yeah, garlic.
Yeah,
yes.
it's like a mix between garlic and mayonnaise, but they make it in a special way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just understand what is the difference, but it's basically seems the same when you compare to shawarma and the Turkish dinner, but their sauce is better, I guess.
Yeah,
Our
like
I'm not gonna
shawarma
lie.
is better. Like, shawarma in Jordan it's elite, you know. It's like a
Yeah.
competition.
Okay, shawarma, Jordanian. I'm sorry, like, or shawarma, or from another country too, like from Lebanese or from Palestine or
No.
Syria. Also, like Syrian shawarma is
Syrian
famous.
shawarmas, yeah.
Yeah, but they're adding much more things that we do. Like they add tomatoes and they add a lot of things to their
Mhm.
shawarma, but we don't do that. Like we only have the garlic with mayonnaise and the chicken, and that's all. Like we don't add that much of things, so you can taste the.
And
real-
also like kunafa I like the Jordanian kunafa like as well. You know, it's Turkish kunafa is so beautiful. Like it's
Yeah.
famous in Hatay especially. Also like some closer places from Hatay to like to Middle East to Arab countries. I don't know who stole it first, but someone has stole the kunafa from each other. But the Jordanian kunafa is like the ingredients also are good. You know, their cheese is special and the things that they put on the kunafa is also so beautiful, so tasty.
Yeah.
Did you test the Turkish kunafa?
I've tried it before.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've tried it once before, but it's not the same taste with one I got used to. So you know.
We have Habiba.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so famous. By the way, if you just go to Jordan and especially Amman, it was in only Amman, right?
No,
There's
there's.
Habiba everywhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But the most
I
known
wasn't
one
know.
in Amman.
Yeah. I've eaten the first kunafa, the best kunafa in Jordan. It was in Habiba, and also there was some another restaurants when I eat the kunafa. They were playing some Turkish songs, like Jordanian people was liking and loving the Turkish people mostly. You know.
Yeah, I think we're a very welcoming country.
Yeah, because you know something like people in Jordan, when someone visits Jordan, they will start saying that we were very welcomed when
Mhm.
we went to that country, and that's why we are being like the Jordanian people are being called nashama. Yeah, it means like people who stands for each other, who are welcoming the guests, and they're known for the they are known for that. You get
Mhm.
my point, and they are known for the hospitality and
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that's why they're called nashama. We're being called nashama.
Okay, guys, let's talk a little bit the songs. Firstly, I wanna hear the most famous Jordanian songs, and I'm gonna ask you what's your favorite songs from Turkey. And firstly, let's start with Mohammed and his like famous songs from Jordan.
Actually, I don't have a favorite song because you know it's up to my mood.
Mhm.
So once I've sent you some songs. My
Mhm.
favorite one was the first one.
Mhm.
So this is my favorite Jordanian song, I guess, when it's come to the national things. But in general, we have a mixture between modernity songs and the traditional songs. So as a traditional song, I sent you my favorite before, and as a modern one, I guess. What was that song?
The one we were talking about?
Yeah, the one we were talking about
Yeah,
before.
we have a lot of artists,
Mhm.
like bands
Yes.
and like singular artists, and they do songs. So it's nice to know that there are like Jordanian artists, like upcoming artists with good songs.
Mhm.
There's, for example, Jadal. Jadal is a band, and every song they have is really nice. They do concerts all the time. They even do like tours in the Middle East. They
Oh,
go
really?
to Egypt, yeah.
Interesting.
We have Autostrad as well. Autostrad, they do a mix between their own songs and like Jordanian songs.
Mhm.
You know, they take the cultural songs and they sing them in their ways, which is really nice. And the song we were talking about is called Weinik Min Zaman. It's one
Yeah.
of the most famous songs
The
in
most
Jordan.
famous one.
Yes,
And
exactly.
it's a mixture between the modernity and the
Mhm.
traditional songs before. So
And what about your favorite songs from Turkey? Like, what do you like most?
hard question.
Maybe if you remember, what was the first Turkish song that you listened?
First.
Look, I've watched movies before from Turkish movies
Mhm.
or Turkish series. So once I remember that there was my favorite one when I was a kid. It was there was a series. It's
Mhm.
called Bizim Hikaye.
Bizim
or a
Hikaye,
story,
uh-huh.
yeah. So it's a song that was my favorite back then.
It
Yeah.
was like a little bit instrumental song, I guess.
It was instrumental. No, there were someone singing. But
Singing.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that was my favorite back then.
What about yours?
My first song I've
Or
ever
first, or like your famous song, Turkish song.
there's a lot, honestly. Like, I
Mhm.
listen to Turkish songs.
Like pop music, rap music, or rock
Maybe
music.
pop. I feel like pop.
Could you give us some example to also
Fırtınadayım.
listen? Fırtınadayım. That's a good one. And I'm gonna ask more about culture, more about the places, but let's get the point, the sizing of the Jordan. Which place that we should visit in the Jordan? Also, not only Amman, by the way. Like, there's also Aqaba, guys. It's like so famous in Jordan. It's like I think it's similar to Istanbul. Like, it's the capital city in Jordan is like Amman, but the Jordan, the Aqaba is like a little bit, I don't know, more crowded, less crowded,
It's less
It's
crowded, but it's less
or
crowded.
more improved, more developed city. Which
look,
one is?
The more improved one.
Mhm.
Look, there is a competition between the cities right now. Like,
Mhm.
they're focusing on some cities, but Aqaba, as it's a touristical place,
Mhm.
so it's more like they're focusing on it
Mhm.
more. And like, what makes Aqaba special, because it's the city which has a sea. I've told you
Mhm.
at the beginning that Jordan has a coastline to the Red Sea.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's about Aqaba. I guess that's
Guys, I stayed in Jordan. It was like 40 days approximately, and the first 2 weeks or 3 weeks was amazing. But after 3 weeks, like, the Amman was a little bit boring for me, because I'm born in Istanbul. I grew up here, so because of the crowd, also because of the diversity in Istanbul. But Aqaba was also has sea, so I just missed the Aqaba. Also, like, it was more touristical place, and I love swimming a lot. And the Red Sea was one of the best sea I have swim in my life. Like, you can see the all fishes in the, like, the water is so clear and like crystallic.
Yeah.
It's so pure. And also there's some more green more than when you compare to Amman, the
to the
capital
capital.
city.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. And what about the Wadi Rum Valley? It was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like give you a small story. Like, we've been in Wadi Rum, and it was like amazing, because also the sun was like burning my skin. It was too hot. Yeah.
because
It
it's
was-
in the middle of the desert.
Yeah, it was little the desert, the real desert I've been in. I've seen in my life. Firstly, it was in Wadi Rum. It was too hot, but the night was amazing, guys. I was able to see all the stars, like, purely, because there was no shadow, no clouds, and we stayed in the tent,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we like burned a fire, and we were just talking with my friend. It was amazing experience for me. And which places that you suggest us to we visit in Jordan, beside like the Wadi Rum and the
Yeah, look, as I've told
Aqaba.
you before, that if you are a green person, the one who wants to
Mhm.
go to the jungle, you have the north of Jordan, so you
Mhm.
can go for the Ajlon and some other places around
Mhm.
in the north of Jordan. And it's at the same time, if you are a sea person and you
Mhm.
like to go next to the sea, you can go to Aqaba, and we haven't talked about the Dead Sea. Jordan is known also for the Dead Sea, because the Dead Sea is the lowest point on earth. So you can also go to the Dead Sea. In addition, for the medical tourism, what's happening there?
Yeah. You know what's called Dead Sea?
Because there is no fish in there.
Yeah, there is
it
no
is
fish.
that salty that there is no animal or no human can live inside that sea. So it's called the Dead Sea. Why it's
And you can't like sink, you just float.
you can dive.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly,
yeah.
you can dive.
And no one can get drawn inside the Dead Sea, because it's so salty.
Yeah, I've been there too. Like, just a small a piece of water like has came to my eye, and it was like burned a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's horrible. Like, I don't like swimming in the Dead Sea. A lot of people do it for medical, like, because it's healthy, because it's very
Mhm.
salty. But it burns. Like, if you have a little cut
Mhm.
anywhere, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna burn.
Yeah. It's also while you burning, it's maybe heal your body too.
Yeah, it's probably that's why it's working. But I genuinely recommend, like you said,
Mhm.
other than Wadi Rum, it's like genuine to anyone who wants to come to Jordan. for 2 days, make one of these days to go to Wadi Rum and Petra. You have
Petra,
to.
yes.
You
How
have
we forget about the talking the Petra,
Yeah,
guys?
it's-
Like, it's like the one of the most important thing about the Jordan.
Yeah, because Petra is one of the 7 wonders of the world. So.
Exactly.
Yeah. And what is the story of the Petra? Could you give us some story example?
I don't know. I don't have a real a specific story because I've been like thought about it before. I've thought about it. I've also studied about Petra, but I forgot.
We know
actually.
who built it.
Yeah, we know who built it, but I don't have many details. Yeah.
Yes, but it's basically a constructor built it in desert, and it's like old buildings, right? I remember something
it's
like
not
that.
a building. It's like there's
temple?
a big mountain.
They were
it's kind
digging
of
in
A
yeah.
temple.
And it's in the mountain. But to get there, like it's not about Petra itself. It's about the journey. Honestly, like the Siq, what's it called? Like the very long place you walk through. It's beautiful. It's unbelievably beautiful.
Yeah, the Siq is between 2 huge mountains, so you can walk between them.
Like a valley.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's like kind of a yeah.
Canyon, maybe.
Yeah, it's like
yes,
a
it's a
canyon,
canyon,
yeah.
exactly. And you just walk, like the colors of the rocks. It's pink. They call it the Pink City, by the way. They call Petra the Pink City because it's pink, basically. Like the rocks.
Really?
Yeah, the rocks are pink. So it's called, like in Arabic, Al Madina Al Wardiya. Yeah. The Pink City. But Wadi like you have to do it in the same day. You have to go to Petra and then Wadi Rum. And if you have time, like sleep there.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Also, if I'm not mistaken, the Star Wars has filmed in Wadi Rum, I guess, right?
Aladdin too. There's a lot of Hollywood movies that are filmed in Wadi Rum.
Aladdin was in Wadi Rum, yeah.
Yeah.
But the population and the number of the tourists is less, right? How many?
In the summer, there's a lot of tourists. Especially like the people who live outside of Jordan, like me and my family. They all come back in Jordan. So in the summertime, Jordan is very crowded. Like tourists and like Jordanians themselves who come back from outside because we all meet in the summer, you know. And since it's a very small country, like it's not like Istanbul. Istanbul takes an hour to get anywhere. That's the least. In Jordan, it takes you like maximum 30 minutes to get to the farthest place.
Yeah.
The traffic. Like, I thought at first that I was living in a very traffical city until I came here.
Yeah. I think this is the main problem, guys, about the Istanbul. Like whoever like I bring here, like I'm gonna make a program with it. Like it's he or she's gonna talk about and complain about the traffic for Istanbul. But you know, every beautiful things has like some bad sides and good sides. That's the bad side of the Istanbul. You know, it's amazing city, but unfortunately we have like some traffics. And what about the clothes and your daily routines, what people wear? And for example, now I'm just wearing a traditional kufiya, what's called
kufiya,
yeah.
Or shmag.
Oh, yeah. Also, guys, I just wear this, but also people was wearing this to protect them from the sun, from the burning their skins in the sun. Also, they were like using this as carrying when they broke their arms. They were like
they
covered. They tied.
But it has a historical history. It's not just about thing your arms.
It's your story.
Yeah.
Could you tell us?
So about like people in Jordan were wearing this one as they are going into sometimes like you know the wars were happening before, so they were wearing this stuff as it shows that we are the Jordanians like strong enough and there's another point of view saying that it's red and white and it stands for the blood covenant with the Palestinian people, as you know, like it's black and white, so red and white, so you will have like the blood covenant with Palestinian people. So yeah, this is the story.
Oh, that's amazing. And also people, maybe this is also misunderstood facts, like people when they say I live in Jordan, they thought like everyone wears that one or the white, the long dress like men's, like it's not like that, right?
No,
I just observed when I've been in Jordan, like people were like wearing the t-shirts or like jeans. It was like
we don't wear this, like guys, like men, they don't wear shmag and a thobe. I mean, you were talking about the thobe,
yes.
No, we don't have that in Jordan. I mean, if you want, maybe like very old men, like 60s, 70s, they probably do. But like guys your age, no, they wear jeans, they wear t-shirts and stuff. maybe that's a misconception because like in Qatar, for example, or
Mhm.
in Saudi Arabia, they wear it as because it's their traditional uniform, so they do wear it on a daily basis as a routine. So it's normal there. But in Jordan, you don't see like a young man or like 30s or 40s wearing a thobe and
There is no
Uh,
Sharia in Jordan, right? But there's like part of Sharia, I guess.
No, we are an Islamic country. Like we follow. This is like, for example, Turkey is secular. No, we are Islamic country.
100%.
But hijab is not
No,
compulsory.
of course not.
No.
Mm.
Yeah. So, and one more thing, like she said, you can't find, but outside of the capital, of course, you will find. She speaks mostly in the capital. You will not find, but outside, of course, like there are many people. Like especially I went for a place. It's a city outside. It's called Irbid. So there's like mostly all of the people were wearing, the shmag and dishdashe.
Also, people usually wear like some like t-shirts usually because of too hot, right? I was just sweating. It was like too hot, like 40, 45, maybe like 50 degrees, guys. When I was in Jordan, especially it was like July and August. So
yes, July, yeah.
For that reason, also I was just like complaining too much about the sun,
weather,
the weather. Yeah, and what about the Turkey clothes? What do you think about it? It's so diversity. Maybe have you ever had a chance like to visit the other cities in Turkey? For example, we have so many traditional clothes too, but maybe you didn't see it, I guess.
No, I didn't really visit.
Actually, I didn't see one before. Like, I'm living in Istanbul. It's so most of the people like modernity life, you know,
Yeah, Istanbul city is such like that, but in other cities also they wear some traditional clothes. We have like basically 7 regions in Turkey, and this 7th region has like different 7 culture. Basically, I can say like the language changed, the weather changed, the clothes, songs, foods, everything is changing. That's I like the Turkey and the mixed culture Turkey. Yeah. Also, let's talk about a little bit your culture and maybe your dances or like traditional dances. What was it, Debke? It's called Debke, right?
Yeah.
We have some similar dances like for Debke. Is there any like story of that or just randomly?
I don't have a story actually for that, but it's kind of like a very known one. Not only in Jordan, in like most of the countries in the Middle East, they are known for Debke.
We have Dahiyya though.
We have Dahiyya. Dahiyya is 100% Jordanian. Yeah, like it's 100% Jordanian. So yeah.
Also, like as I know, it's 6 million, 7 million of the population for Jordan. How many?
10. I think it's
11
It's
now.
been 10.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's 10 something now. Yeah.
10
10. And how many different nations live in Jordan? Let's talk about some nations and the popularity. Most of them from Palestinian, as I know, and maybe like 4 million, I guess.
I don't have numbers, but like in Jordan, this is one more thing about Jordan. Like you cannot find like about the nations. Like no one will ask you about your nation. Once you're a Jordanian, like once you're a Jordanian, we don't having this
conversation.
Conversation about being Jordanian or originally from where or because sorry. I mean, once you're a Jordanian, it means that you're like we don't have many nations.
But like another nations live there, like
yes, of course we have Syrians.
Syrians.
We have
Iraqis people actually.
We have a lot of Iraqis people.
Yeah, because after the war happened in Iraq.
After wars. Yeah. For any like people coming for tourists or.
I see a lot in the summer. I've seen a lot of Turkish people. While I'm sitting somewhere, I hear Turkish and I'm like.
Really?
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
And for the Arab people, they come for working, for what?
Medicine sometimes.
Medicine.
Yeah, because our healthcare is very good and our doctors are very good. So a lot of people from Saudi Arabia or like Emirat or whatever, they come for medicine.
Yeah, they're actually known for, especially in the cancer situations. They like we have a hospital which is so known about the cancers. Yeah, so that's why they're coming for medical stuff.
By the way, I was going to ask you something about the colors when we talk about the culture, and we say like red is important for Jordan too. But I was just one thing that I couldn't understand why all the buildings has painted to yellow.
Well,
Guys, can
we've
someone
we've talked
explain
about
that?
this before.
Yes, we talked about this in the class, but I just want to mention about it again for my audience. Like, if we can just search about the Google and check the Jordan people, especially for the Amman, and like you can see all the buildings painted all colored like yellow. What is the reason of that? Like,
It's not painted
it's not
yellow.
painted
I'm
yellow.
gonna explain it to you. So, okay, so most of the houses are built like some. Now, listen. If you go, there's in Jordan like places. If you go to, they're very modern. They've changed. They have new buildings and stuff. They're different. They're like the ones you see here, you know. But for example, where I live, most of the buildings are like 50 more to 100 years old. And it's not painted yellow. It's because the rocks.
It's too old.
I'm
Exactly.
sorry, but it was just like made me.
But you mean like the atmosphere is like yellow? You feel like
Yeah.
Honestly, it's true. Yeah, like most of our buildings, they're كيف هيك طوب.
Yeah, okay. Again, like you know something here in Istanbul, most of the you will find many places. It looks red because you're using the red blocks doing your So in Jordan, because it's too old, and and as she said, in some places it has been for many years. So yeah, that's why you find it yellow, because we're using a yellow block.
Also, that's that stones was built like that because to protect you from the too hot and too cold.
Yeah,
exactly. Most of the houses are like that. But if you go, like, there's a lot of new places that like not Mark, I'm sorry, like where exactly? Near the airport. Okay, like we call it Shar al-Matar, like okay,
Airport Street.
Airport Street, exactly. There's a lot of new buildings, and it's way different from where I live or where like my house looks like.
By the way, guys, when you say like street, like you should go to Rainbow Street if you go to.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, fruit salad for my audience and for my friends who is from high school. We've been there before with them, and we were just going to Rainbow Street every week, and we were just eating some fruit salad, some waffles, and some different kind of like desserts there. And I just want to like say hi to my teachers and who has a chance for. And has like improved our skills and has a chance to visit all the Jordan. I want to say like hi for my teacher. Awesome, thank you for him.
We thank him for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's like there is no culture shock between Turkey and Jordan. I can say like, do you have any culture shock in Turkey? Have you affected?
No, when I came here, like I was, because again, I was knowing a lot about, like, I know a lot about Turkey and Istanbul. So when I came here, I didn't have a culture shock.
Yeah, like the culture is so similar, guys. Like people, the clothes, the foods, the songs, even like, for example, the listen in Anatolia, for example, in the past, people were listening too much, especially it's called arabesque music. Do you know what is it?
No.
Maybe you know the Müslüm Gürses, heard about it or not. I don't know. Like it's like more depressive songs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
but it's
Depressive.
coming a little bit depressive. Yeah, these are songs coming from like mostly from Arab countries, from Syria, from Lebanon, from Jordan, Palestine, etc. And maybe any different culture shock do you have? You don't have, I guess.
I don't have, actually. Yeah, I was expecting, and I got it. Yeah.
I feel like maybe people would have culture when people think of the Middle East. We're all the same to them, if they don't know. So they think, like Turkey is like very open-minded and stuff. So yeah, if you're from the Middle East, you come here, you're gonna be like, oh, what is this? But that's not true. Like maybe if I was from a country that's very, very religious and I come here, I'm gonna be like, yeah, people are different here. But in Jordan, I think we're very similar. Like the way we live, and that's not for all of Jordan because we have a lot of conservative families. We have a lot of like some places you can go into looking like that. For example, like you have to respect
the places
the
you're
boundaries
going to.
exactly. But in general, like generally speaking, it's very similar.
Okay, and I want to ask, like, do you have any misunderstood facts about Jordan, for example?
About Jordan, as I've mentioned before, like some people think since Jordan is in the Middle East, so they think it's a desert, but I told you it's not a desert. Yeah, and that's all. What else?
You have
misunderstood.
You don't have, I guess.
I think people think we don't speak other languages, but I feel like mostly, like maybe 80% of Jordanian people speak English as like full.
Yeah,
fully.
that's an interesting fact that I faced when I was in Jordan. Like most of the people can speak English
Yes.
quickly and easily. Maybe you have like good education you have, or like. And what about the Turkey education? Do you know, or
No, not really, not a lot. Yeah.
in the university, the education that you take in the university, and when you compare it to your high school education in Jordan, like what can you say if you compare it?
Maybe if I compare universities, like Jordanian university education system here, it's very different.
It's very different.
It's very, very different. Like, I don't understand how my friends do their work in Jordan because, for example, we do like as years, you know, when you go to uni, you go like first year, second year, third year. They do the same, but in hours, you know.
Yeah, like for each major, you will have hours. For example, studying public relations, you will have, for example, like I'm just giving any number, 180 hours to skip. So it's a bit different, and it's equals the ECTS here in Turkey. It's nearly the same, yeah.
Kind of same, you say.
Kind of the same,
It's more complicated.
But it's a bit more complicated, yeah.
Nah, I hope like they fix or.
Yeah.
And another question for you about the films. Let's talk about some Jordanian films, some traditional films, or like some modern films, if you have like. And what's your favorite film from Jordan, if you have?
Actually, I'm not a real movie person. So, but like in the past, Jordan were known for the old, like I don't know what is it called exactly, but they were known for a lot of movies. But right now it's not the same as before, since you know, like other countries talk this place as being one of the best movies presenters. So in Jordan, I don't really have a favorite one.
Okay, do you have any Turkish favorite film you've watched?
Bizim Hikaye. Again.
What about yours, Sileen?
I don't. In Jordan, we're not really into the entertainment sector. Maybe in other ways, but like movies and TV shows, we're not really. We're starting to get into it on Netflix. That's why we don't have movies. But there's a lot of Hollywood movies that are filmed in Jordan.
Yes.
Like Dune, Aladdin, as we said, Star Wars.
Like before the Hollywood films or the European films, I want to like ask for Turkish films or series, but it's so famous, guys. Like when I was in Jordan, there were so many people welcoming to me, and maybe I think this is because of some Turkish films or series that they watch. Like most of them was calling me with the name from an actress or an actor from like our films or like from series. Like what do you think about the Turkish films or series, or do you watch it?
I personally like them. And I feel like, yes, that's true. Maybe like that's the big thing in Jordan. We watch Turkish series a lot. And by the way, most of your series, we translate them to Arabic and they watch it in Arabic. Like doublage. I don't know what's called, something like that.
But yes.
Yes, exactly. That's why they love Turkish people.
Yeah, I guess so. And what is the things that you're proud of with your country? What would you like to say?
Honestly, like, I think I really like our people. I think they're very well educated, you know. They stand with each other when something happens. Like, they go in the streets, like, what's going on in Palestine right now, you know, like, all the people are together. Maybe some people disagree with the government, but they protect each other, you know. So I just like the people, like
you like the connection between people.
Exactly, the connection between the people.
You can feel the Jordanian spirit when you're in Jordan, like especially like, you know, when it comes to another countries or even in our country, like what, as you said, in Palestine, what's going on in Palestine, you will really see people standing for each other, and they are being protected 100% from the police officers. And yeah, so this is what I really like about Jordan, that they really stands for each other and they really help each other. Yeah, and that's all.
Oh, that's cool. And another question, if you would like to change anything possible, what would it be to you change in your country, from your culture, maybe a place or anything like?
The education system.
But it's good. Well, it's good, yeah. It's not bad in Jordan.
No, it's like high school is horrifying.
It's you know something, because like we in Jordan it's like a horror movie to be in your last grade.
Exactly.
Yeah, so this is a bit bad because people are really like the whole system after when you graduate from your school are depending on your last grade. We call it tawjih. So this is a very good, like, we need to change this thing, you know. Like once you have a bad situation or something and you failed, it means that you're done. Like you need to suffer again to just pass and go to the university.
Well, it's not about the education system itself, you know, it's what the people made it to be. Like when you are almost tawjihi, you know, like 12th grade called tawjihi, everyone treats you differently. You have so much pressure on, like, are you studying? Like, what did you study? If they see you, how's your studying going? And then the exams come. Exams are horrifying, and your entire family is waiting. The entire world is waiting. So if you fail, it's just like you feel like you failed everyone else, you know?
And
like, why?
Like you become just like they're starting to like horrible.
Exactly.
And at the same time, you just became the spoiled kid in the house. So whatever you need, it will be. So this is mixed, like it's a mixture between horrible, like horrifying, and being the spoiled kid.
Yeah, basically the society pressure.
Yes, it's the pressure.
Yeah. Also, like you have like good things. You're proud of like the connection between people.
Yeah.
This is the bad side of the maybe that's connection. I guess.
That's exactly the bad, because like it's not just like they make a very big deal out of it. And when you graduate, like 2 years, like now, for example, us, I look back at it and I'm like, it wasn't that deep. Like, why are people? Just let them be. Just let the students be. If they fail, they fail.
Yeah. If I would like to actually to change something in my country, it would be like to work more. And focus, like what happens that they're only focusing on some places in Amman or outside Amman. So you need to just focus more on other places. The transportations need to be more in other places. Like,
maybe.
It's they're only focusing in some areas, and this is something like I think it's bad for the country. You need to focus about all the country or all the capital, not only some places.
Okay, guys, I'm going to like record all this and I'm going to complain to the Jordan government.
They will get me in the airport then.
I'm just kidding. And let's ask the last question about Turkey. What did you like from Turkey as a general? And if I make it specific, like for touristical places for sightseeing, you mentioned about your favorite foods. It was mantı.
Yeah.
And what's your favorite things that you liked most in Turkey, in Turkish culture, in Turkey place, Anatolia?
Like for me, I think like because I went in many places in Istanbul, so the blend of the environmental places at first. In addition to that, you can find like a lot of backgrounds even in Istanbul. Like I was living in Sanyurt at first, so you will find a very conservative place. And when I come here, it's less conservative, and like this mixture is very good. In addition, for the places, the touristical places, it's something so good in here. But as you said, like everyone is used to do something and used to live in somewhere. So once you were in Jordan, you just felt homesick to come back in Istanbul. So same feelings for each one. So like whatever will be here in Istanbul, I will still prefer things in my country as for anyone here living outside of his country. Yeah.
What about yours, Sileen? What do you think?
In Turkey, first of all, I really like the diversity in Turkey. Like you can find every culture, not just Turkish, like whatever. It's so big and it's like everywhere. Like there's culture everywhere. I love the museums. Like it's amazing, and there's like museums that come for a while, you know, and then they go. Like not the ones that are been here since forever, you know. I honestly love Istanbul. Like I love living here. I always people ask me, would you go back to living in Jordan? I 100% will, yani that's different. But if I have the chance to stay here, I would. Like I don't feel like I feel a connection here. You know, I just like it a lot.
Because you have been here for 6 years now.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You got used to it also.
Also, you don't feel strange or as a foreign in Istanbul,
no,
right?
I honestly don't feel like people don't treat me any differently. Everyone is nice to me. I know like you sometimes see like people getting into some racist stuff or whatever, but that's not about Turkey itself. Like
Yes.
every culture has bad people. That's different, you know?
Okay, but I'm also going to ask you, what is the bad things, the worst thing that you don't like in Turkey?
How far away everything is. The traffic.
We are struggling to go somewhere, you know, like it's so far, like if you want to go anywhere, it minimum takes an hour. So it's,
But it's just about Istanbul, I guess. If you move to another city or live in another city, the transportation is more easy, you know. Even in capital city of Turkey, in Ankara, it's more easy. It's also like 5 million or more, I don't know. But in other cities, like there is no crowd as Istanbul, so this is the what's the worst things in Istanbul that we can say.
But it's fine. We still love Istanbul.
Yeah, yeah.
And the best things that I like about Jordan is the shawarma. And the secondly, the dessert, guys. The Wadram was amazing for me. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I'm usually like the sea and the more nature. Of course, the Wadram is also nature. When I said the nature, I meant to the green.
Yeah.
Yes, the like the some forest, some. There's no jungle in Turkey, but the kind of jungle. Because also my hometown is Nida, and it's like a desert, and it's like an Anatolian sea.
Yeah.
I feel like when I'm in Arab country,
Yeah,
when I went to Nida, like most of the cities in Anatolia, like Nida or Aksaray, it's or Nevşehir, do you know the Cappadocia city? It's like it's like some Arab countries, like the mostly the desert or the color of the buildings and the place is like more yellow or orange. So
Yellow again.
Yellow again.
yeah, guys, I'm gonna finish my program, but I just want to hear the last words from Sileen and from Mohammed. What was your last voice, your words?
So yeah, actually, I just want to thank you for having us here today, and I hope this will be a nice interview, and will be waiting for people to tell us how it was, and again, I'm really happy for being here, and I wish that in the future we will have more. We will have more interviews, yeah.
I hope so. What about your Sileen?
I honestly really enjoyed this. It felt more as a conversation, not like we're doing a podcast, you know. So yeah, I really like it. Thank you for having us.
It was just pleasure for me to also inviting you. I was just enjoyed, and I liked Jordan too. Maybe in future, I hope like I'll visit Jordan again. I don't know when it's like the currency is like too bad right now for when you compare to Jordan and Turkey, but I hope I will visit it again. Like. Guys, today was Mohammed and Sileen. They are my group mates. Also, there are some Jordanian friends in our country now as international students. And we were with that, and we talk about the Jordan culture, songs, and clothes, foods, everything about the Jordan that we can speak in just 30 minutes or 40 minutes. So I hope you enjoy. And also, I want to thank for all people who's listened me. And if you want to like join my podcasts, my live, and to represent your country, for example, different countries, if you are from, we can make it live like this. And I hope you enjoy. Thank you for all listeners. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Thank you so much, Esad.
Thank you.